Welcome back to the Flip Flop Fab Shop. In this episode, we got some actual flip flop fab going on here. So we bought a mini truck bed, like the little Japanese mini trucks. And if you've ever seen the, the 70 series Land Cruisers out of like the Middle East and everything, they have little like utility beds on them. And I mean, it looks pretty sick. And we don't have a bed in this situation. The bed's gone. My dad bobbed it a long time ago. Can't get the bed back. You can't find any other like used beds. And if you can, they're either rusted out or way too expensive. So we ruled that out. So what we're doing is I'll have a picture of the bed on here before, but this is what it looks like right now. It's upside down. This is the front here. Here's the wheel well, so you can get some visual representation. But what my dad did, we cut it right down the middle, widened it 6 inches. 6 or 5 3/4?
5 3/4.
5 3/4. Then he put this extruded L and welded that up. So it's 5 3/4 wider. And now we're going to, well, we got to cut all this off first. So we're almost through cutting all this off, which he did back in the day. What year?
2003.
2003. So we're in the process of cutting this off. We're going to throw that on when this is all gone, mock it up, see what we want to do. And then we already think it's too long, but we want to just double check and put it on the truck first. And then we're going to take 15 3/4 out.
We're going to bob it.
Yeah, so then we're going to bob it 15 3/4 of an inch from here, because it's a little long. We projected it'll stick out probably to like right here. It's like a long bed. So we're gonna bob it to kind of what he had the original bed bobbed, so we're kind of trying to replicate that. So yeah, there's the chassis of the little trailer that we got it from. They put the bed on a trailer. So
this will be for sale if anyone wants to put it on a long bed pickup truck or a short bed.
Yeah, for sale.
I bought the 1985 Toyota pickup in 1997 with 137,000 miles. In 1999, I installed the Marlin dual case transfer cases, sent the transmission to California to have Marlin rebuild it into an HD, added 488 gears and Detroit locker. I drove the truck as a daily driver, also drove the truck to Colorado and Moab. In Moab, we did Lions Back, Moab Rim, Poison Spider, Dump Bump, Potato Salad Hill, and Pritchett Canyon. In 2002, we bobbed the factory bed and installed the winter camo to cover up the tired factory paint. During this time, I had started trailbadge.com, sort of like the Jeep merit badges now. To promote the trailbadge.com, I added a large windshield decal onto it. Then went to Moab, where famed Moab off-roader Jeff Breakall named it the Badger. Then once the kids got a little older, they started calling it the Crack Truck because of the winter camo. In 2003, we did a lot of front end work to fit 37-inch Duratracs. We trailered it to Colorado. While there, we ran Carnage Canyon, Chinaman's Gulch, Holy Cross, Grizzly Lake, Wheeler Lake, and Iron Chest. From 2003 to 2006, we mostly played around Disney, Oklahoma. In 2006, I decided to sell it and build a 1990 4Runner SAS on 37s to fit my growing family. The 4Runner didn't quite fit my needs, so I sold it and bought a 1995 Toyota 80 Series Land Cruiser. I daily drove it for 14 years. We took it to Moab and Colorado on family wheeling trips. It started to have some rust issues at the rear fender wells, so I decided to sell it in 2021. Longing for my old truck, I reached out to the guy I sold it to. He had sold it years back but knew the owner's number. I gave him a call and bought it back. It was gone for 16 plus years, hadn't been taken care of, and wheeled very hard. The guy said he actually ran 40s on it in the mud. Fast forward to now, the current off-road style bed isn't meeting my needs, so a quick work trip to Saudi Arabia gave me some ideas. They have Land Cruiser 70 series with utility truck beds. I decided I wanted that look, so I set out to find a K-truck bed. So that's where we are today.
All right, so we got the bed. We just put it on there. This side has the bed sides on it. We just pulled it back, but normally it's supposed to sit like right here. What is this scrape? Did you scrape your truck?
Probably.
But here's our section. I'm gonna take 16 inches out of it. And we're probably gonna have to delete these little guys or move the front one up more. Something. Doesn't look too bad though. I'll put some pictures of the ones from the Middle East, the Land Cruisers that have a utility bed like this, so you can kind of see what it looks like. So at this stage, my dad's done all the work, but what was it, 5 3/4? 5 3/4 widened, and then he cut out 15 3/4. So he cut out 15 3/4 right here, which those pieces are right there. And he tacked it back together, and now it's way better. Even our little fender guys kind of line up. It's still got to come up. We think we want this flush with the door panel. So it's going to come up like another inch or two. That'll give us more clearance for the wheel on the tire. We're gonna have to figure out what to do with the gas cap. We can't put the bed sides on it yet. We gotta take still gotta take 16 inches or 15 3/4 inches out of the bed sides before we can put them on. Got the new welding rig right here. Unit. So right now, my dad welded this on. Now we're gonna match the height here. So this one will go like this. And there'll be 3 of them per side. So one's gonna go here, here, and here. Then the bed will bolt to here.
One, two, three. That'll hold.
We measured wrong, so we gotta redo this one. It needs to come back here.
Still up.
Okay, so we put the bed on to mock it up a little bit and try to. All these right here, these are holes. So there's 1, 2, 3. That's where the bolts go. And we had to delete this one. So we're getting the back 2 holes, like widthwise centered, the back 2 off the frame. You can see right there. And now we have to, these holes aren't completely accurate. So we gotta drill a hole, and we're gonna drill it a little oversized to give us a little slack and play. That way we can kind of adjust it. And then
Be able to make a mark.
definitely took some material. Yeah, there's a mark right in the center. Alright, we marked our holes, so we're going to take the bed off so we can drill the holes out. Okay, we got 4 of the rear brackets on and drilled.
Ugly holes.
So we're gonna test fit the bed, line the holes up, and then we'll finish welding these brackets later on, but we need to get it aligned first. So we still have to bob the bedside, but we just threw it up there so we could figure out the angle of the bed. Can you see that? So we're trying to figure out the angle, so if you, that's dead even pretty much. So this says it needs to come up a little bit. See how much longer the bed was. So it'd be like that. So yeah, we're just trying to adjust it, and then we gotta come up for a plan with this one mount. These 2 are taken care of. This one's not fully bolted down yet. We're trying to adjust. I just want to preface, my dad and I are not fabricators at all, though my YouTube name may suggest otherwise. It's just a joke name. So we don't have any fancy tools for fabricating. So to cut the bed into its sections, we just used a skill saw and a metal blade. And then to weld everything together, we just use a Harbor Freight MIG welder. So with flux wire. So no special tools required for this. If we can do it, you can do it. So my dad and his buddy welded up this bracket while I was at work. So we got the front bracket, middle bracket, and the rear bracket. And then they welded this bar in straight. We still need to figure out how to fill this in. What do you plan on putting in the middle?
Might be able to use what came out, but the top part's bent, so
Yeah.
it might work.
And then since we widened it, they welded this plate on, filled all that in. Then my dad just chopped the 15 3/4 out of the bedside and welded it back on, and they fit back on the truck no problem. Looks like a little military truck. What's that wire harness from?
From the bed, the original bed.
Not too shabby, man. I need to figure out some taillights for this thing.
I ordered some off of Amazon. I hope they fit. I can't make them fit.
You did? The exhaust clears. Still need to figure out the front and the tailgate situation. Then we'll have to prep it all for paint. We're gonna try to match the truck and even put the stripes back on it back here if we can. Scrubbed the bed a little bit. Looks a lot better. We tapped these a bunch, just like grinded it. We're gonna have to use some putty or filler or whatever it's called, body filler. We got some LED tail lights coming. That'll be cool. tag will go here. Making some progress here. And my dad ordered these tail lights, which are pretty cool. He wired them up already. And then he added these tabs so we can just bolt them right up. And he put his tag on there. He wired up the tag lights and put LEDs in there so they're bright. Progress. Got these lights on there. They're all wired up. Had to build little tabs here. And then these brackets are put together. These brackets, we added a 90 on all of them. Painted them all. And then my dad, the original mini trucks, I guess they have this hoop. So he made a hoop. So he's gonna tack this up. And we've also made the holes in here a little like a L, so for more adjustability. That way, because this was a little too close to the cab. So now he's gonna tack it. We also got bed spliced together.
Tailgate.
Yeah, the tailgate.
But it looks like crap.
Yeah, it looks bad. It's kind of twisted.
It was a potato chip when I got it.
Yeah, it was already bent. We weren't sure we were going to use it, but he tried anyway, and it's a little crooked. So we might either buy another one and splice that one together, or we'll make our own. So we're not sure yet. But so here's what it looks like with all the bed sides on, and then the tailgate. Tailgate's a little wonky, you can see. They don't line up exactly. This splice was taken out the bed side, so the dimensions were off a little bit, but it looks pretty good. I think that's where I'm going to leave this one off. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. We'll finish a lot of this stuff and then paint it eventually. So thanks for watching.